So I've mentioned this in a couple of other videos, but I wanted to talk for a second about the difference between trash and archive. So trash, as you would expect, means you're getting rid of something. So there are a couple of different ways that I can trash a message. So if I put my mouse over it, you'll see that down here on the far right hand side there's the trash can, so I could use that. I could also check the box in front of the message, and there's the trash can. I could open the message up, and there's the trash can. So I can use any of those things to delete a message. If I delete a message and I send it to trash, if I come over here onto the left hand side, excuse me, I click on more, I should down here see the trash can and trash. So if I click, I can see any messages that I've thrown away. And you'll notice at the top it says that any message that's here for 30 days will then be deleted. So it's not that it empties the entire trash in 30 days, it's each message that you delete has basically 30 days. So you'll notice that even though this one says April 4th and we're way past 30 days, I just threw that in the trash today. So it means 30 days from now this message is going to disappear. The reason they do it this way is so they're trying to give you kind of 30 days to realize you made a mistake. So if you accidentally throw a message away and you didn't mean to, it's not gone for good right away. You could always retrieve it from the trash, because you'll notice that if I needed to, I could check the box in front of that message, and one of the things that I could do is actually I could move that box or move that message out of the trash, and I could bring it back into the inbox. Okay, so it wouldn't be marked as trash anymore. I can always empty the trash if I need to, which would empty the whole thing, not just one message. So that's the trash. Now archive, if I come back to my inbox for a second, and I select one of these messages, and again you'll see next to the trash I've got the little box with an arrow. That's the symbol for archive. And again, just like before, if I hover over it I can archive it, if I check the box in front of it I can archive it, or if I open the message I can archive it. So if I do that, click that button, it brings me right back to my inbox, and you'll notice that that message is now gone. Okay? If I click over here and I go to my trash, it's not here. That's because I didn't trash it. All archiving does is it removes it from my inbox, so it's not going to show up here. Now you might ask, how do you find it if you archive something? There are a couple ways. One is, and this is probably the most time consuming, you could go to all mail. Now in this case, this is a fake account without very much mail at all, so it's not a big deal. I click all mail, and there's that message that I just archived. But if you have an account that you've been using for a while and you have thousands of messages, that's not the most efficient way to find something. Another option is to use labels. So if you apply a label to a message and then you archive it, labels show up over here underneath categories, or in this area. You could always click on that category or that label, and this will sort out and show you all messages, including if they're in your inbox or have been archived, all messages that you've applied that label to. So you could then look through that smaller list and try to find it there. The other option for finding a message that you've archived is to use the search bar. Remember, this is the Google search bar specifically aimed at your email. Okay? So if I knew, for instance, that that message that I was looking for that I can't find, if I knew that that message was from Mark Dalton, I could do from M. Dalton at maloneschools.org, and this is going to show me any message I've ever had that was sent from Mark Dalton, and there's the one that I archived. Now if I accidentally archive something and I don't mean to, and I want it back in my inbox where I can find it pretty quickly, if I check the box, that's a new symbol that wasn't there before. It says move to inbox. So if I click on that, and now I go back to my inbox, there's that message again. Okay, so I kind of unarchived it. Again, as I've said before, because we're an educational institution, we have no storage limits. So if you have an email that you might, for any reason, ever need to come back to, you don't need to throw it away in the trash. You don't need to just leave it clogging up your inbox, but you can archive it. It'll be out of sight, out of mind. You could always find it if you needed to down the road, but it's out of the way. So that's the difference between trashing and archiving.